lovely people, and welcome back to a new reading vlog, which I have not done in quite some time. So I figured, why not? Because I haven't done one yet this year. I'm pretty sure I've been doing like regular life type vlogs. I just really randomly woke up at 5 a.m. and then tried to go back to sleep, but all I could think about was how much I had to pee. So then I just rolled around in bed for 2 hours and eventually got up to do some light workouts before I got into the shower. And I did like the tiniest bit of reading, meaning like 3 pages, but I baked some cookies which have 0 sugar in them. They are Parmesan, rosemary, and thyme shortbread cookies, but it's a test run. I kind of fudged up the measurement so it's not quite crumbly like a shortbread is, but it is still really good, and I want to make them for Valentine's Day for work. But also I want to talk about the books that I'm gonna read. Look at this color. Oh my god, beautiful. But the cookies are so good and they're not sweet, so you could, like, I love my sweets, but I really just could eat so many of these. Scrumptious. The first book that I started reading is Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. I read The Wife Upstairs. That, I believe, was Rachel Hawkins' first like thriller, and it was a retelling, and I quite enjoyed it. So this was one of my anticipated releases for this year. I haven't heard like too much buzz about it. Next up is going to be my book of the month for February, which is actually an early release because this doesn't come out until March, and it's also an anticipated release for me because I really like this author duo, Greer, Hendricks, and Sarah Pekkanen. This is really just a 2022 anticipated releases vlog because there's this one. She's chunky, so I don't know if I can actually finish her in the vlog because that's a lot of words on a page. I did not enjoy her other book, People in the Trees. Did not like that. A Little Life, I will always love that book. Can I ever get myself to reread it because it's so just awful and heartbreaking? I don't know, but it's beautiful and I really liked that book. I actually don't really know what it's about. I just knew that Hanya, Yanagihara, is coming out with a new book and I had to get to it. So hopefully I can move through these 2 thrillers really quickly and then I can get into maybe like half of this. I'm wearing my Casey Musgraves merch. My sister and I went to her concert. There we go. My sister and I went to go see her in concert on Saturday, and it was so much fun, so glorious. While we were eating before even the openers, we obviously had our masks off, but because we went pretty early, there weren't a lot of people around us, and we kind of like lucked out on having nobody sit directly next to us. There were people in front and behind us, but while we were singing and stuff, because there's going to be a lot of screaming, we did keep our masks on the entire time, and I definitely felt a lot safer doing so because not everybody was, which can get a little scary because, you know, that venue was sold out, but it was still a really good time. Happy to be supporting Casey. I love her. Let's get to reading. Yeah, I haven't read anymore, but I just needed to say that I'm eating dinner now. If you haven't seen my last vlog, I talked about shows that were recommended to me, and so I'm started the OA. I'm now on episode 2. This show is so weird. I mean, I was warned that it might be a little bit too weird. It was described as like spiritual, but so far I'm intrigued enough to keep continuing. I was recommended an anime that I watched an episode of last night. Yeah, I did not like that, so no. Yesterday I read so much of this because I didn't end up having to go to bed as early as I thought I did, and I read about 50% of this. It's really easy to just fly through this, so I think I'm going to read a little bit while I'm getting some work done here. I feel like there's a little bit of mystery with each character so far. Lux is living in Hawaii with her new boyfriend. These 2 college girls hire her boyfriend to take his boat down to this atoll. I think it's called Moreau Island. It has a history of shipwreck, cannibalism, and rumors of murder. Not a lot of people go there. Nobody actually lives there. It says that the island has 6 visitors, and somebody ends up going missing and another turns up dead, and the remaining friends wonder what dark currents lie beneath this impenetrable paradise. The book is separated in the before and the now, and in the before I'm kind of reading about why there might be a little bit of mystery behind each character because I feel like they all have some sort of motive. Where I'm at right now, no one has gone missing. I'm definitely feeling like some people are a little bit sus so far. They all just met each other, so something could easily go wrong. I was able to finish this. I read the last 50% of this or so, and that was in the way the whole time. It wasn't that I was like interested. It was like fine, this whole book. It wasn't bad, so I wouldn't give it like a 2-star, because 2-star I give it to books that like I finished but didn't really care about. It could be a 2.5, 2.75, or a 3. 2.75, let's say. I feel like it could have been more interesting. There could have been more mystery, more intrigue. I feel like there was just enough to keep me interested to finish this book, but I definitely enjoyed The Wife Upstairs more. So far in this vlog, I'm gonna go back to doing the page counts. I have read 309 pages, and I already decided that the next book that I want to read is going to be The Golden Couple. This is Sarah Pekkanen and Greer Hendricks' new book that's going to be released in March. But I didn't even know what this was about, but I've read a few of their books, knew that I would enjoy it. Rich people, Marissa and Matthew, a couple, but turns out Marissa had been cheating and she wants to work on their marriage because they have an 8-year-old son. And then there's Avery Chambers, their therapist, who is still their therapist, but apparently has lost her professional license and has quite unorthodox methods of working. It says, when they glide through Avery's door and Marissa reveals her infidelity, all three are set on a collision course because the biggest secrets in the room are still hidden and it's no longer simply a marriage that's in danger. Wow, the lighting here is terrible, but I don't think I'm gonna get any reading done today. Yesterday, Friday, I was able to read maybe like 70 pages of this. It's being told in two perspectives of Avery, the therapist, and Melissa, the wife. And she definitely, Avery, has a very unorthodox method. She actually doesn't even have her license, and she has like 10 sessions, so they work over the course of 10 weeks to figure things out. I mean, I've only read 70 pages, so there's not a lot that's going on, but I'm definitely like curious. Look, it snowed today. We went out to get some bubble tea and bagels for a really late lunch, and we also went to Tissel to get snacks in St. Mark, and we only bought like a few things, but they gave us a free Meruti Brendo Chocoreto hazelnut flavor because it's Valentine's Day or something, and Meruti Brendo is like kind of on the nicer end of like chocolates that you can get in like the grocery store. But we're kind of on a bubble tea kick this weekend, and of course I forgot my reusable straws. But gongcha we had for the first time this week, and we also tried Xingfu Tang last night, and we both really liked it because the bubbles are really sweet and chewy in like a good way, and like a mochi type of texture. But we both agreed that like because it's kind of sweet, it sort of is a lot by the end. And it's too much. But today we got gongcha again, and Koda got the lemon IU white pearls. And then I wanted to get the Oreo milk tea because that's my favorite flavor at Kung Fu, so I wanted to kind of taste the differences if I could, because I got Earl Grey milk tea last time with the milk foam, and I couldn't really taste the Earl Grey. Your hair looks cray cray. Yeah.
Whoa. The bubbles here ain't bad either.
Yeah. Happy Monday. Happy Valentine's Day. I need to go shape out my cookies. I'm making the same Parmesan, thyme, and rosemary cookies to bring to work, and then I'm gonna get ready because this is not it. But I did finish reading The Golden Couple just now. I was hoping to finish it last night. Did end up reading a little bit on a Saturday, even though I said I wasn't going to. Bringing my total count for right now, having completed this book and Reckless Girls, is 633 pages. I think I'm giving this book maybe around the same, like 2.75 or 3. I don't know what is going on, because the whole time I was intrigued. It was a little bit creepy about like what's going on, how is this all going to connect, but at some point I was kind of like, where is this going? It just felt like a little bit too obvious at the end and really underwhelming. Typically I like it when I can figure out what's going to happen, but I like when there's like a twist on top of that totally shocks me, and none of it was there, and I felt like bored finishing this up, which really sucks. Sadly, this just wasn't up to par. I am going to be moving on to Paradise. Yeah, I don't think I can finish it for this vlog, especially with me working late today and tomorrow. Hopefully I don't end this vlog on a low note. Wow, it is extremely yellow. And I also realized that I'm wearing the same crew neck that I was in the last clip. I just got home and I've been unpacking. I didn't get very much reading done of To Paradise as expected. I'm just about 100 pages into it and it's a rough read. I was worried because I really love A Little Life, but I did not like The People in the Trees. It was just not for me. I know that her books are quite character driven. The People in the Trees was leaning a little bit more into something, I don't know, I didn't feel like it was as character driven as A Little Life. I didn't care much about the characters because, you know, they were shitty people. Usually when I'm 100 pages in and I'm not enjoying a book, I would DNF it. I'll give it a try like tonight, and it's Wednesday night, so I do need to start like editing this vlog and like wrapping it up to get it up. This is kind of a shitty read because, or shitty vlog actually, because I'm reading all these anticipated reads and I'm not enjoying them. And I don't feel like I had that many high expectations for them. Like with To Paradise, I didn't even know what this book was about. I just picked it out because I knew that it was by Hanya Yanagihara and I wanted to like it. I don't think that I had like super high expectations like I might with, say, a Riley Sager book, because he is really an auto-buy author for me. I just like can't get into it every time I read it, especially because it's so like dense that it makes it harder to get into. I didn't read much at all last night because I ended up spending a lot of time editing, even though I couldn't really fall asleep and I probably could have read. I only read like 13 pages, bringing my grand total for this entire vlog to 745 pages. I'm not going to put this down. I'm going to read on other books because I'm packing up again and this is just way too big and not interesting for me to read over the next like 4 days. So I'm going to bring a new book and just read this whenever I can, hopefully before I need to return it to the library. But this vlog, wow, I did not expect it to go this way. I don't think I've had a vlog go this terribly. I gave both Reckless Girls and The Golden Couple 2.75 stars. And obviously I'm not even a decent amount of way into this book, so I can't really give it a star rating at all. But I hope you enjoyed. I definitely want to get more into reading vlogs again. I do have a few videos in the works that are like taking really long. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of these reads and how your anticipated reads of 2022 are going, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.